Hello, everybody. We are happy to see you here at our session. Thank you for your time. During this session, we will present to you the next generation of the Welkin Suite IDE, tool for Salesforce development. So let's start. My name is Rustam. I am CEO of the Welkin Suite. We will make this presentation together with my colleague Vladimir.
Hi, guys.
And in order to complete the introduction section, I would like to say a few words about the Subsim company that established the Welkin Suite. Actually, we are a software development company located in Ukraine and have about 400 engineers on board, and about 50 of them are Salesforce developers. And actually, for their purposes, 2 years ago, we set up the Welkin Suite. And from that time, we went a long way, delivered about 50 releases of the application, implemented 100 features, 100 fixed hundreds bugs, communicated with a lot of customers, and I would like to say thank you everybody who used the suite and help us to make it next generation that we will show you today. So let's start. Right now, we have two versions of the suite. It's one of the Windows. It's based on the Microsoft Visual Studio shell. And another for Mac, it's based on the MonoDevelop Studio. The main idea of the Welkin Suite is to make the development comfortable, in order to save your time, to allow you to be more productive every second of your development time. In order to do this, we implemented a lot of automations, like static resources automation, like lightning bundles, and other. Implemented a lot of tools for improve your productivity, but almost all of them are related to integrations. Our applications provides hundreds of integrations. We will not be able to cover all of them, but let's stay for one of them. For example, you started unit tests. Unit test is failed, but directly from the unit test manager, you can open the log files in order to understand what is the reason of the problem. Directly from the log files, you open the source code and see what's happening in the source code in the appropriate line. All this stuff we will show you in the live demo in a few seconds, that we will start from the Apex editor and main navigation windows. I will ask Vladimir to do this.
OK, so let's proceed.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So it's how it looks like.
Yeah, so right now we see the main screen of the Welkin Suite with an open project. And the first thing that we see here, it's a Solution Explorer. So it shows you all the information about your open project. It shows you all the metadata, all the items which you include in the project. But it's one of the main and coolest thing of the Solution Explorer is that it allows you to create different folders, subfolders, move files across them like whatever way you want, and even mix different types of files in the same folder. So for example, right here I have custom tab, page, and such things. So what else do we have? Oh, one more thing. Another cool thing here is that static resources are always unzipped. So you don't need to think about static resources. They're always unzipped. You just open any CSS, JavaScript, or HTML file, edit them, press F5, and everything else is done by the Welkin Suite itself. But if we move outside of the Solution Explorer, we will see lots of other informational panels. In these panels, you see some live information of your organization, of your development process, but also you have different ways to implement most common actions with just a few clicks. For
Give us an example.
Yeah. We have test results panel here where we see all the latest test results and have some common actions. We have debug logs panel where we see all the previous debug logs with some basic information about them. We have code coverage panel. We have Lightning Bundle Explorer panel. We have pending changes and lots of other different panels which are providing us different kinds of information and quick actions. But if you move to the main part, as Rustam have said, it's Apex editor. So right now, if you look at the Apex editor, you will see on the right side a code map. It's like a visualized scroll bar, which allows you to navigate in your code a bit easier than with usual scroll bar. So if you're working for a while with a file, you'll know how it looks like. On the left side, you see another code map, but it's more of an outline of your class. It shows you all the inner classes, methods, properties, fields, and of course, you can navigate to any of them with just a double click. And in terms of writing the code, so we have built our own parser. It provides us such great capabilities as, like, I don't know, simple ones as syntax highlighting, and better one, greater one, like syntax errors highlighting, go to definition, immediate code completion.
And a lot more features.
Yeah,
Could you
and
please
a lot
show?
of other features.
By the way, we even integrated the feature in order to post your question to the Twitter with the Ask For tag. In order to do this, Vladimir will show you immediately. You just need to select a piece of code, right-click on it, write down your question, and the Welkin Suite will make a screenshot of the selected area and post into the Twitter with your question to help each other. So that's maybe some kind of joke, but it's a good example how we would like to simplify, to save your time in any simple action, even. OK, go ahead.
That's it. That was like a main general overview of the Welkin Suite UI and some of the features of it.
Yeah, and the next part of our session, it's debugging and troubleshooting possibilities. That's one of main things that we focused on. So maybe 30% of time of any developer is spent in order to find and resolve the issues, especially for support tasks for working in the production org. So we implemented several tools in order to do this. So first of them, at Unit Test Manager allowed you to manage unit tests. So run all of them, just fail it, just select it, tests, up to you. Next one is Apex Retrospective Debugger that allows you to simulate the debugging and debug the source code using the log files without any additional software. Next one is Apex Profiler in order to manage governor limits possible problems. Powerful log viewer that have a tree view and flat view, easy navigate through the long 1,000 likes log files, and anonymous Apex and Sokal query executors. In order to present possibilities and how it works, we will show you this on another computer, on Mac, when we also have all these tools. And Vladimir will start in a few seconds. Oh, sorry? OK, let's start.
OK, so one of my favorite cases, because like in most of my time I spent developing, I spent troubleshooting some issues. First of all, I'm writing them, or like other devs are writing the issues, and then I'm trying to fix them. So the main, most common situation is when we have some unit test which is failing.
This area.
Yeah, let me. So we have some unit tests, we have previous test runs, we have lots of unit tests green, everything's OK. But we have one particular unit test that is failing, and I want to fix it. So first of all, I navigate, I open it in the test results panel, and I see some basic information about the test failure right here. So I see the message from Salesforce that assertion have failed. Also, I see stack trace. But this is not enough for proper fixing, debugging, or working with anything. So I click Open the log file button, and I see the log file opened right here. In the Welkin Suite, our Apex Logs viewer is separated in two panels. Upper panel shows you the tree-like view of the log file. So you can easily navigate in your log file. You can see all the nested calls, all your nested, for example, triggers, workflows. All these things are shown here in a pretty good, nice way in a tree view panel. On the lower side of the editor, you can see the old good plain view, text view of the log file. We have some different highlighting for different types of events, and it's clearly seen here that we have something red, so something is failing on this line. Once I find the place where I'm interested in, where is some kind of issue, I just right-click on that line and select Go to Definition. This will move me immediately to that line of code in the file itself. So I know I don't need to spend my time trying to search for that line. I already see it.
In most cases, it's enough to fix, but sometimes it's not enough. And you can start the simulation debugging in order to debug through the code and find the reason of the problem.
Yes, so there's an issue in the unit test. I have a breakpoint set here. I right-click on the unit test and select debug. At this point, the Welkin Suite starts its own retrospective debugger. It doesn't rely on Salesforce's interactive debugger. It's our own implementation. Right now, as you can see, we are started new test run. After that, we will download the log file, analyze it, and prepare you a debugging experience just right here without any additional actions from your side. That's it.
Appears.
Here we have it. So if you're familiar with any other development tool, language like .NET, Java, PHP, or anything else, you are for sure missing development like debugger tools in Salesforce. So now you can see them everything as usual. You have standard buttons for controlling the debugging context, so like continue execution, step over, step into, step out, and step back button.
Yes, my preferable button.
On the bottom side of the screen, you see standard panels again, locals and call stack. So let me move across the execution context.
You could see how it changed the local variables and call stack windows. So in order to...
Yeah, so after some of the steps, you can see that our local variables have changed. So you can easily understand what were your variables at each point of time. You also can see that call stack right now is only just like one line deep. So, but I'm right now on the line with call to another method, so I will step into. Once I step into another scope of visibility, my locals variables are changed to reflect that scope of visibility. Also, my call stack is changed to reflect what is happening. So right now I see that we have called some method and we've passed two different parameters to it. Okay, so that's pretty good. I've shown you some basic things, but I am interested in resolving that issue that we've started with. So I press continue to the breakpoint, and at this point we've had an exception in our log file. To fix it, I just do a step back. And here I can see that in this method we have passed some variable equals 6, and we are returning this variable +1. So it will return 7. Good, good. Now I'm going back to the place where we were calling it, and I see that we are passing 6 here, but we are also expecting 6. So here's like a clear place where there's an error, and there's a clear place in the previous methods where there is an issue. So I might change +1 here, or I might change something in the assert equals. It's like oversimplified example, but it's like how it usually works. You just find a place which is working incorrectly, go to it in debugger, examine your local variables, examine your stack trace, do whatever you need, and then you understand what have happened and how to fix this.
Yep.
So
okay.
That was one of the options of the debugging. We also have implemented profiler.
Yeah. That maybe we will show next time, or just welcome to our booth to see. But right now we will proceed with the presentation. Next slide of it, it's a Mac version that we just started to show you. Actually, in the Mac we try to implement all the possible features that we have had in the Windows version, but right now is not fully completed, but 90% it's available in beta. They have a bit different user experience, but in both versions of the application we are trying to follow with the same approach. Save your time, allow maximum automations, implement small integrations, because we are doing the integrated development environment. Next part, it's a wave analytics support. So our strategic goal is to allow developers who are related to Salesforce use just one tool, the Welkin Suite. And in order to do this, we make a first step. We created the wave builder where you can interoperate with wave commands, manage wave license, applications, dashboards, online preview them, deploy changes.
Do a regular Salesforce analytics development.
Yeah, you're right. Next thing, it's our future plans. Of course, we will proceed with the improvement of our applications, fix bugs, fix issues, but our part of the next year is to implement a lot of features for the declarative development for the administration staff. We would like to speed up this work, provide you with cool graphical tools in order to create objects, manage objects, to allow you to create the new object in the Salesforce not within the 3 hours, but within 15 minutes. We have several ideas how to do this, and you will see it really soon. The next thing also related to this work, it's the security stuff. There are a lot of issues reported by administrators how complex the security model is developed, and we would like to improve this as well. And of course, integration with continuous integration environment, on tasks, such things almost completed and will be delivered really soon. Next big chunk of updates will be related to the lighting support. Everybody right now started to use lighting compared with the previous Dreamforce, where just a few guys are working with this technology right now. Everybody use it, and we promise that a lot of updates related to lightings you will have in the Welkin Suite. Right now it has a support, but we would like to improve it much better. So a lot of new things is going to appear, and as usual, we would like to communicate with you to proceed the right work, because we would like to provide the tool that you expect, not just generating in our mind, but you expect. And in order to do this, we are really happy to communicate with all of you through our website, social networks, forum, any channels. Maybe somebody know how works our support, how they quickly answer, so just almost immediately, and we would like to keep and will keep this experience, and because we really like you, and you are the reason why we create a great tool. It's your feedback allows us to do this, and we really thank you for this. And just a thank you, and maybe you have questions, we will be happy to answer.
Yep.
Okay. TLS 1.1 support, great question. Just a few hours ago, my developers reported that the issue fixed, and we have just a pre-release that is QAing right now. If everything's fine, we will share this update tomorrow at evening. Just a few hours left. Any more questions? Okay. Yes, we have a Git support that's already completed, TFS in our backlog, and also we have one cool feature that we didn't show. It's a local history. It's like a pre-built small Git repository that allows persons who don't have even set up Git for the team do not miss their work. If somebody else changed the code on the server side, on the Salesforce side, anyway, the system will remember your changes, and you will not lose your work. Any more questions? Thank you. Yes, we have Git. You can just switch on. It's not set up in this environment, but you can easily set up. Go to our website. We have released new documentation. It's wiki style, and there is an absolutely clear description how wiki works, how Git integration works, and you can ask our support. How license cost? Yes, license cost for personal usage cost $15 per month. You have a possibility to use a trial version within a month, and then 15 per user per month. But Mac version is free for now because it's in a beta still. Enterprise license a bit more expensive, $25 per month. Then maybe thank you. It was a short question, short presentation.
And if you have any questions, our booth is somewhere about the startup zone, so we'll be happy to answer any of your questions later today or these days. So just catch up there, and we'll be happy to show you something, to demo some certain use cases, or answer all your questions.
Thank you.